You don't really need to know how to code anymore. Like, you really can just have the idea, be the director. If a dummy like me can do it, I think anyone can freaking do this thing. And if you're not doing it, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So I have been in the process of wanting to figure out a way to develop something that could help me edit specifically podcast and YouTube content and whatnot. And if you haven't already heard of the AI software called Claude, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend that you guys go check it out. So I have a really big vision a lot of times, and I just didn't really know how to implement a lot of visions because I didn't know how to code. But with Claude, everything has changed. So I want to kind of walk you guys through today my variation of a vibe coded resource that I use for my editing as a content creator. So let's go dive in. So boom, I'm gonna come over here, I'm gonna go check out my extensions. I have named it CMP Editor Assist. So we're gonna click it here and boom, it opens it right up. So I kind of want to give you guys a rundown of what it is. It is not the sexiest thing that you'll probably see right now because I am still in the process of building this thing out. So I have built it out into two sections. On this left side, you can see Titan Pass. Basically what this does, it removes the ums and the ahs and the false starts and dead air. So if you just want to have a basic cut, this portion does that. And so then on this right side, there's a whole separate piece which saves a lot of time, or I hope for it to save a lot of time, which is a Reels builder. So if I click on that, I can generate reel worthy moments. But let's give it a shot and test it out and see what this thing looks like. I'm really excited. It probably took me 2 weeks. I mean, I work a full-time job, but I came in like for 2 weeks straight before this, before my daughter was born, and I was just wanting to grind this out because I knew when she was born I wouldn't have a lot of time. But yeah, it's been about 2 weeks after I get off in the evenings to try to build this thing, and maybe I will give a tutorial of how I did it, because if a dummy like me can do it, I think anyone can freaking do this thing. And if you're not doing it, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna come over here, we're gonna click on this sequence right here, and we're gonna say we want to use this active sequence, right? And it pops up because that's what's in the sequence, obviously. So I've built this thing where it runs in cohesion with Premiere. So when I come and I click on what's in the active sequence, you have to go in the text file and go ahead and generate a text file or a text transcript here on the left. I've already exported this. There it is. All right. So you come over here and you click and you find the CMP editor test of the JSON or SRT file. I'm going to click OK because that's what I want to use. We're going to run this and see how this custom Premiere extension works out. So boom, we're going to run Titan Pass. And so it says that it's reading it and it's sending the transcript to Claude. So it reads the transcripts and it sends it to Claude, and it should send it to, I forget exactly how I have this set up. I had to code some things in my PowerShell on my computer. So pretty much it's gonna run everything in Claude, but then on the back end in the server, I have linked, I think it's an Anthropic API key, that it's like I put $5 on it, but like $5 will probably last me a couple of months for what I do, honestly. So it sends it to Claude, sends it to the Anthropic API key on the back end to run these requests. Yeah, I had no idea what that stuff meant. I just really was figuring it out as I went. I just had the idea. Claude helped me bring that idea to life. Like I said, if you're a visionary, you don't really need to know how to code anymore. Like, you really can just have the idea, be the director, and let the AI be the grunt and do all the grunt work. So boom, we ran it and it sent through a bunch of different options of some things. So You can see it right here. We're just gonna kind of skim down. It has some options of what it thinks. And so we're just gonna apply 31 cuts. We're just gonna do it, all right? And it's gonna bring up a JavaScript confirm. We're just gonna click OK. So it's gonna real time cut that entire thing, bro. Which is pretty mental. Pretty mental, man. That's pretty insane. So let's go over here to the Reels builder, just because we said we did a Titan pass and now we want to build some Reels out of it. So let's find reel worthy moments, and it's going to do the same thing. It's going to send a transcript to Claude on the back end of the back half of this. So boom, Claude is analyzing the transcript. So it kind of does the same exact thing. So we're just waiting. This is the part. But come on now, you're waiting like 1 minute as opposed to editing a bunch. So boom, I have programmed it to be able to find the best stories and label them based upon the story that it found, right, for the Reels. So you can see right here, it says story arc. It has a pull quote. It says, at my lowest, my grandma gave me a $200 camera. So that's like a really jarring reel that we will probably potentially want. We have another one that has like the contradiction reels, like good gear won't land you clients, this will, right? Kind of pulls some of the things that I've said throughout it. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna, hold on, let's see. Let's deselect all of them, and we're just gonna say, oh, I wanna have this reel. And boom, we're gonna hit a simple clip into a 9:16. Let's see what happens if it works. I've been having some issues with it that I have to fix some bugs in, but hey, it'll be all right. So I think it opened it right here into it. Yeah, so it didn't, the one thing that I've been trying to fix, and I'm gonna have to spend some more time on, is actually make it change it into a 9:16. But really that's not a real problem. If I wanna come over here and change this to, if I wanna change it, you know, that's not a big deal just to do that right quick, until I have time to come back in here and fiddle with it. So yeah, that's just kind of what I've been cooking up, is building a, oh, I guess you could say this is like literally building public right now, since it's not technically complete. But I give you guys a little inside scoop of what I'm actually working on, and building assets and building tools that can help me be a better creator and a better business professional. It allows me to be more efficient and obviously just a lot faster, right? So yeah, that's what I've been cooking up. Stay tuned to see the finished product as it's complete.